Hi everyone, so I have here the Anycubic Cobra 3 combo, and I started noticing some issues with my Ace Pro. So normally an Ace Pro would feed pretty simply by putting the filament through the hole here, and it would just pull straight through into the back. However, in some cases you might encounter an issue where you feed the filament in, and this is what happens. So no matter what I do, I would feed it in and it would just spit it right back out. So I checked everything, there was no clogs, but I did figure out it was due to the buffer getting stuck. So I brought down my Ace Pro, and as you can see, the buffer back here is just, once you push it back in, the filament will feed through. However, the buffer is usually supposed to retract back in pretty smoothly. But even a little bit off like that, it'll cause that error. So I'll show you how to fix this. All right, you're gonna turn your Ace Pro over and then start removing these screws over here. These screws are 2.5 millimeter. Very simple to remove. And after you remove these, you're going to remove two more that are in front of the buffer. Right here. All right. Now these are different sizes. You're going to use a 2 millimeter one, a hex driver here. I already removed it for simplicity's sake. And then all you got to do is remove this, push buffers in, because they do get caught. Okay, can't do it with one hand. Hang on a second here. Yeah, you're going to have to probably just pull it up from back here in order to get it off. And then here you see are the buffers. So the first one here, number 1, is pretty smooth. Number 2 here, also pretty smooth. Number 3 is where it got stuck. And it's sticking. Number 4, really good. So what you need to do is unscrew these 2 screws here to access the internals of the buffer. And you would simply just lubricate the shaft where the spring is and probably reseat the spring so that it's a little bit smoother when you pull it in and out. Let me show you. Okay, so you would just turn the third one around here, take the 2 millimeter and remove these 2 hex screws. It's hard to do with one hand, but I wanted to show you guys how to do this pretty easily. Okay, take these screws out, safely put them somewhere so they don't drop into the machine. Then what you'll need to do is turn this around, and then over here take a flathead screwdriver or something, and then pop it in so that this will separate. I'm gonna go ahead and just jump to that. Okay, so I went ahead and just stuck a screwdriver in there and popped it open, and it comes apart pretty easily. Okay, don't lose the little grommet thing here. I don't know what it's called, but whatever. And as you can see, it's a little bit dusty and dirty, and where it sits, it just gets stuck. And yeah, you see the shaft, it's a little bit dirty around there. So what I'm gonna do is take a tiny bit of white lithium grease and just add it to the shaft to make it a little bit smoother, and then hopefully that'll fix it. All right, so what we'll do here is, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the bottom part, pull the string up, add a little bit of grease on the shaft here on the bottom. Doesn't have to be a lot. Okay, and then I'll also add it to the top part. Of course, you want to do a better job than I am, but I'm just kind of doing this for the video here. Okay, and now after you've lubricated it, you just reassemble it, and then everything should work. So let me show you. To reassemble it, I pull up the spring a bit so that it sits right there. Go ahead and put the top back on until it clicks. Take the little grommet thing, put it on top. Should just pop right in. Turn it around, reinstall the screws. And again, don't drop it into the machine. That would really suck. Okay, and then go ahead and just test it out. Lubricate the shaft. Much better. So let me go ahead and reassemble everything and see if it's the issue. All right, and after you've reassembled everything and re-plugged in the power plug, let's turn it on. Okay, and let's go ahead and put a roll of filament in slot 3 and see if it fixed. Awesome. Now it works. I hope this video helps anybody troubleshoot this particular problem you have. And good luck. Happy printing.